Okay, so hello everyone. I welcome you to this Python tutorials and a beginning. Some of the code we are going to try here so that the basics of Python should be clear. I have already written some of the codes, so we will just explain you some of the basics and then we'll move forward and run check if it's going fine or not. Okay, so let's begin. So this is the code which I have written like for variables and data types. What happens here? For variables and data structures, whatever number we define here, like we can write the name here, variable name, and equals to the number value. It can be a digit, it can be a float or decimal point, it can be a string. So you can write like here, you can write 89, then you can directly write print num equals to this, print num. Or if you can say, I'll write it once more for you. So let's write it once again. So first we have a number. So we have a number. You can say n1. N1 equals to 67, 76. Then the return statement print n1, and then we will write n2 is equals to 45.89. Okay, and then we write print n2, and then we have n3. Here you can write in double quotes or in single quotes, anything you want. Like this is Python code. Okay, now you will print the entry. Okay, so let's run and check it. Yeah, so it's coming 76, 45.89. This is Python code. So here, if you want, let me check. If you want that something should be printed before this number, so you can write in quotes and put a comma after that. So write number 1 is equals to n1, and then here you can write number 2 is equals to one quotes comma n2, and then here we can write here string is equals to comma n3. Now just run. So you can see number 1 equals to 76, number 2 equals to 45.89, and string this is Python code. Okay. So here what you can see at the top, this is a command line, single command line using hash. And if you want to use multiple command lines, so you can include this also inside that. So we can use this quotes, 3 quotes. This will make this as command line. Okay. Now after this, whatever you write, it will not be a command. See? So after this, okay. So there are, you will see that there are 4 types of data structures. Okay, and Python. What are the data structures? One is list, which you'll see. Then it's set, tuples, and dictionary. Okay, so I'll call the spelling mistake. Dictionary. Okay. So we are going to see the list here. So what is list? Like whenever we go in a shop, then we oftenly make a list. Okay. So we make a list, and according to the list we buy the things. So here also we define a list. So just for creating the empty list, we write any variable like a equals to open and close big bracket and then enter. And then there is a function known as append to add in the list. So we write a dot append print, and we will write whatever we want to print, like we want to print 32, okay, or a dot append, we want to append some name like laptop, okay. So we'll do this into the code, call it a string, and then we can append any decimal number to like 2.0, and a dot append a sentence like this is my PC. Okay, so how would we print it? We need to print like print list is equals to comma a. That's it. So you run it. See, list is equals to 32 laptop 2.0, and this is my PC. Okay. So this is four types of data types which we should data structures which we have in Python, and this was the first one which we looked into right now. Now the second is how do we take inputs from the user? Okay, so taking the inputs, we should know that whatever the input the user is going to give us is in the string format. So we can write name equals to, we can write input directly if you run this, okay, and then you have to print also, that's why you are going to see that name, okay. So we are going to run this, it's there but you can't see anything, you have to write like Asus, right? So it's printing Asus, but you have to give some display statement. So what to enter? So you have to enter your name, okay, and then we'll run it again. So enter your name, right? So enter your name. What's your name? Suppose my name is Henry. So Henry is displayed, right? So this is a full name, but if you want to enter a digit, if you want to enter a number, so num is equals to, you have to convert explicitly it into integer format, okay. So you will enter the number, right, and then you will enter the number, and then it will be converted into integer type, and then we will say print num, or you can say num into num, right? So let's run it. Enter your name first of all, we are not ignore that. So we'll write Asus. Asus, enter the number, we'll write 89792. So this is the square of the number which we got right now, and we converted the string input into the integer one. Right? So let's check another things. Could be the other things like selection. So what is selection? Selection is something like if we want to make some decisions, like if this is there, then we have to print this, if this is else we have to go for this, else we have to go for this, like that. So what is these conditions in Python? So we will go for writing some, declare some number like num is equals to 70. So like if num is more than 100, okay, so we have to put a colon here, then we will write print like good result of a percentage, right? And then we will write elif, elif, not else. Else also you can write, but elif, elif, that's why I'm giving. num is more than 50, then it's what it is. Should be average or good, anything like that. And then else. In else we don't give condition. So here we write print and then we will write here satisfactory, and, and let's run and check what will be the answer. Okay, else we have not given a condition, that's why it's saying we have not given the colon, that's why it's saying invalid. Now see average, because it's not more than 100, it's more than 50, that's why it's saying. If you write 700, then it will give good, and if you write 7, it will give satisfactory, right? So that will be 70. Now this was all about the selection. Okay, now let's move to some other part, which should be we have functions. Okay, so how do we create a function? We write def in function name like add or add, and then we'll write um, n1 goes to input, enter number 1, right? But we have to write integer also now because we are having input as string, so we have write, and then n2 equals to input, enter number 2, right? And then we will do here sum is equal to n1 plus n2 that everyone knows, and then we will return something. Okay, no, we are not going to return that. We are going to print the sum, right? We are going to print the sum. So everything is okay. We have to call this add function. Okay, we can call it as many times as we want. We can call it 3 times also. So let's run and check. Enter number 1. Okay, enter number 1, 2, enter number 2, 3, 5, enter number 1, 2, enter number 2, 5, 9, enter number 1, 6, enter number 2, 7, 13. So we got that. So as many times as we want to call this, we can use it. So this is about the def function. Okay. Now for loop. Okay. For loop is like, this is everybody knows about it, for loop. Alright. So in for loop what do we do? We write directly for, we give a variable like I in range, we will give the maximum number of numbers we want to print 10 or something, and we can print that I. Okay. So if we do this, then what we are going to see? We are going to have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the values from 0 to going to count. So you will know now that I is initialized as 0, and then we are going to print. Okay. So this is about for loop. Everybody knows, most of the people know, this is so much common. So now we are going to see modules. Okay, there are some modules. So for importing those modules into the program, we need to write import, and then like here we have math. So we are importing math, and then we are going to have a number which is number is equal to minus 99, and then we are going to print, or before printing we can make num is equal to math dot fabs. This is a function which returns the absolute value of the float x. See, return the absolute value of the float x. So here we will give num. Okay, and then we are going to print the value num. So let's see what happens. I guess 99.0. Right? So this was about the importing different modules in the program, and then we are going to have every program has a main function, right? So we are also going to have a main function here. So if we write a function before it, we are going to write a function, suppose holy. So in holy, what we are going to do, we are going to print, okay, happy holy. Okay, um, happy holy, and we are going to have a definition of name here. In that we are going to call holy, right? We're going to call this one here, and we're going to call it 2 times or 3 times as much as we want. Okay, like every the main function. And here we will write if underscore name underscore is equals to, in quotes, underscore name underscore, then if, then that capital N main will be executed. Fine. Let's check this running out. Yeah, it's running. See. So what is happening? Like we have defined a definition or function which will print happy holy, and from the main function we are calling holy 3 times. And how this is not defined here. So what happens? We have to make this. If name equals to main, then we are going to call this main function, and this will call this holy function. Right? So this was all about the main definition. We will go to the different things for which we have seen. Okay, now we have seen some true and false. Okay, so we should know, like, all the true contains the 1 value and all the false contains the 0 value. So we can just like print true. If we print true, it will print true, but if we make it like equals to 1, okay, then it will print true, because true is definitely equals to 1. If it says 0, then it will say false. Okay, so it should be equals to 1, and like the same case, false should be equals to 0. Okay, so you can see false is also equals to 0, true it is. Okay, so another condition we have, like we now know that true has the value 1 and false is the value 0. So we can directly write true plus true plus true plus true. So what do you think the result will be? It will be 4. Okay, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. The same way, if we write print true plus false plus true, T should be in capital, plus false, what do you think the value should be? It should be 2. Okay, so we are getting 2. Right? So now this is fine. One more thing I want to say that we have something known as none. So none is something like it neither contains the value 0 in it, nor it contains the value 1. You can check it. Like if we write none equals to 1, then what does it does print? It will print false because none is not having the value 1 in it. Same case with zeros. None equals to 0 if it writes, then also it gives false. Right? So this is also false. So like that, if we store a variable x with value none, and this one will be y with value none, and if we say print x is equals to y, so it's checking that if x is equals to y, if both are equal, then it will result into true. So let's check what will be the answer. See, it is true because both are having the value none, right? So this was the another thing which I wanted to share. It's not equals to 0 1. Okay, so let's make it a separate. Now hmm, now we are going to say and or not operator. So what is and or not operator? So if we have a condition known as true, and if we write and then we will false, then it should give us what? False, right? Yeah, we got false. But if we write true, false, okay, let it be. Print false and true will give us what it will give. It will give us true. No, it will give us false because we have written and here. I was talking about or. Okay, fine. So 0 is true. So what is and check? And does something like and returns true if first value is true. Otherwise, the otherwise it returns the otherwise it returns the last value. Okay, so you can have a check over it also. Sorry for this spelling mistake, sounds fine. So you can check like returns true if first value is true. So we can make first value is false. Okay, and we will write and false and true. Okay, let it be false only. So then false will return false, false and false will false. And if we write true here, then what it will return? It should return false. True if the first value is true, otherwise it is the last value. So it returns false here. Okay, because false and false is what it is. False and false is false. And false and true is also false. We know that. Right? So like the same way we can do with or also. And with not, what it does, it reverses the value. So you can see to reverse the value. Right? So now we have seen most of the things, and last we have to see the assert and delete. So in assert and delete, what happens? Like we are going to add into the list by using the append. So if we have a list list like 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5 like this, and we want to delete. So we will first print this before delete A. Yeah, and then we will delete A at like one position. So one will be the two value. This one will be the one position value. So because it's starting in 0, and then we will print A again. So let's see what's happening. So before it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it has become 1, 2, 3, and 3, 1, 3, and 4, 5. Okay. So this was the append one. Now if we want to check the assert function, so what does assert do? Assert does like if 5 or 6 is less than 1 or 2, then we'll print or print or directly we have to write. We have to write directly. Okay. We write if ever comes with 6 is less than 2. So 6 is not less than 2. Okay, we have to give that. We have to give that this is error. So first of all, we have to put comma and not colon. So it is a checking condition which says that if this function comes and we have an assertion error, we are handling this assertion error. So this is assert 6 less than 2. 6 is not less than 2. So what is happening that is giving an assertion error. We are handling this assertion error by writing the statement 6 is not less than 2. Okay. So this was the basic things which I wanted to give you all. So thanks so much for attending the beginner session. And I'm also a beginner like you, so I'm also trying with trials and errors and hoping that you will gain something from this. Thank you very much.